We are working several other stories that are new at 10 tonight. A Pawtucket man convicted of murder twice, only to have both convictions overturned, won't be going to trial for a third time. The Attorney General's office says Juan Diaz pleaded guilty today to second-degree murder for the 2008 death of his ex-girlfriend, Myra Cruz. We're told he's scheduled to be sentenced next Tuesday. Diaz was first found guilty in 2010, but the Rhode Island Supreme Court awarded him a new trial on appeal. He was convicted again last year, but that verdict was overturned after the judge learned some of the jury knew about the previous trial. Also new at 10 tonight, a fire at a local storage facility is under investigation tonight. Brittany Ravenel sent us these photos through Report It of smoke coming from the Mason Corner mini storage on Mason Road in Freetown late this afternoon. Firefighters tell us flames broke out in a building containing 50 units. Now, it took about a couple of hours for them to bring the flames under control. No one was hurt, but the fire damaged over a dozen units. Now at 10, we're tracking an important eyewitness news alert. The flu is making a big comeback in the Ocean State. Health officials have said once again they've declared the virus widespread in the state. They say a late season strain is responsible for several deaths and put dozens more in the hospital. Eyewitness News reporter Mara Kennedy spoke with the health department's director about the outbreak. She's live now with the Providence Mobile Newsroom with more on what she's learned.
Mike, health officials are saying this is very unusual for a second wave to happen at this time of year. They're calling this one even more intense.
It is possible to get sick even though you've been vaccinated.
Director of Health, Dr. Michael Fine, has an urgent warning for Rhode Islanders. The flu is striking again. A second wave of the virus has caused 13 flu-related deaths, and close to 500 people have been hospitalized as well.
We're seeing more sickness, hospitalization, and even death in the past couple of weeks than we saw in the first H1N1 bump.
Over the past week alone, 70 people have been hospitalized because of the second flu outbreak. Healthcare workers who have not been vaccinated against the flu are required now to wear surgical masks when they're dealing with patients.
Usually, the hospitalizations and the deaths would have pretty well tapered off.
In fact, Dr. Fine says close to half of Rhode Island's population has not been vaccinated, despite free clinics around the state and overwhelming supply.
We know that if we could get to 80 or 90% of the population immunized, then you get something called herd immunity. And people with infections don't spread those infections because so many people are immune, and we're not close.